Yo, what's going on, guys? So today, Better Call Saul season 6, part 2, and I go from Nibby all the way to like the end, and let's just get straight into it. So obviously, I hope you guys watched the first part. Obviously, let's just get that out of the way. I hope you guys like watch the first one so you can see our reaction for the first part. And also, this video contains spoilers. Let's start off with a little bit of some criticisms. I really didn't like these last few episodes of it. I understand why it's in black and white as well. That's like a super small negative, but I wish it wasn't. But that's super light. But other than that, I just feel like it's boring. It takes away kind of from the fun of Better Call Saul. It's cool that they showed his life afterwards, but I just feel like they overdid it. I feel like they did it way too much. Just with Nibby, Breaking Bad, and all the other episodes, they were Waterworks. All these episodes, like I feel like we didn't really necessarily need to see so much of his life afterwards, especially because I mean, honestly, we watched Better Call Saul and Breaking Bad. Well, we watched Better Call Saul for Jimmy/Saul. And when you take that away, it basically becomes like damn near a different show. There's a lot of it that we don't necessarily need to see, and it doesn't. To me, it's honestly like some of the worst of Breaking Bad. I think right before that, like episodes 1 through 9 of Breaking Bad are the best.
Better Call Saul.
Excuse me, Better Call Saul are the best Better Call Saul like ever. But then I think at the same time, episodes 10 through 12 are some of the worst.
After watching the last few episodes, I was watching a lot of YouTube videos about it. A lot of people talking about the final season, just giving their review. No, everybody does that. And a lot of people are actually very high on it. A lot of people were giving it respect, and I understood where they were coming from to a certain degree. It like I was saying, it was cool to see his life after, and there was a lot of symbolism. I actually really liked the Breaking Bad episode. Well, whenever we show something in the Breaking Bad timeline, I'll get super hyped.
Yeah, of course.
Like, let's go. Even like little moment, like Mike putting up to Saul and telling him like, "Oh, I did some PI work for you. This is Walter, and this and that." Because after seeing so much of Mike and Jimmy in Better Call Saul, you kind of look at the relationship differently in Breaking Bad. And it's cool that they kind of stayed in contact, even though you can see that Mike doesn't really respect him. Especially after he became Saul, doesn't really respect him. It's still cool to see them together. But an episode like Nippy, I was watching it, and it's not like, in my opinion, it's not bad. It's not like unwatchable. It's not like, oh, I gotta take this off. But I mean, I'm not gonna pretend like I was there like super excited either.
And I do understand the symbolism with it being in black and white. I don't want people to think that I'm like just an idiot and it went over my head. Like I get it that it's like you take all the color from his life. He's a very colorful like character. You take all the color away, and you see how boring everything is. I get that. It's just to me, I feel like they overdid it a little bit.
A few things that I do like is Mary Ann, the older woman. It was cool to see him kind of develop a new relationship with an older woman, because it has been shown throughout the show that he gets along with other people. Yeah, and also I didn't like too much the Jeffrey. I didn't really mess with him, and I didn't notice this at first, but it was actually recasted. And I like some of the antics with the heist in the mall. I didn't really like too much the other one of scamming the guys with the drinks.
Yeah, I don't like that. That's what I'm telling you. I think they could have just done one scam. We understand that he's still back to his old ways. You didn't have to do both. That's how I feel about it.
They were kind of taking Jimmy like I understand that he had that call with Kim, and what Kim told him made him like relapse into like being like a bad person again. But man, I think with the cancer, the guy had the cancer, and he still wanted to scam him. I'm like,
yeah. At the end of the day, like this is a series about Jimmy. It's like Saul. We don't want him to be a bad character. And he kind of got redeemed a little bit in the last season.
Of course, we can talk a lot about that. But
in the last episode, sorry.
I guess we can talk a little bit about Waterworks, because I think that was a really great episode. Seeing Kim, how she kind of gave herself the punishment of having like a bad life. She left. She said, I don't deserve any better. She's in Florida. She's depressed, bro. Like, depressed. It was sad seeing her with a boyfriend. That I was like, damn, that sucks. It makes sense, but I was like, I was not messing that at all. And it was crazy that she went and talked to Howard's wife and, like, admitted her guilt to her and all of that. And then that scene that she goes to talk to Saul, that was depressing, bro.
I just think, like, overall, it's kind of, like, depressing. You don't... the reason why I didn't like it is because like I love Saul. I love how funny he is. That's kind of what makes it a little bit different from Breaking Bad. Like I've always said that. The reason that I might even like Better Call Saul more is because it's just funner. And you basically take that all away, and I just really didn't appreciate that. Even with Kim, like I love Kim. I love the character of Kim. She's my favorite female character.
What I would say about the show is that they're not afraid to show something depressing or sad or something the fans don't want to see. They always want to keep it real, because it makes sense. Everything that happens always makes sense. That's what I'll say. They never almost never defy like realism to like please the fans.
Yeah.
So I respect. But now we can talk about the final episode, which is like great final episode. I think kind of like the final episode, it kind of like makes up for the people that didn't like the other few, because it's a redemption for Jimmy.
First of all, it was cool seeing Marie.
Of course, that great cameo, bro.
Yeah, great cameo.
Marie's kind of
really
like
served her spot. She it wasn't like a cameo just to have a cameo. She like definitely like there was a reason for her to be there.
And it's funny because at the beginning you kind of see Saul like finessing once again. He's shorting his life sentence.
Yeah, they made him a little bit unlikable and everything.
So yeah. At that point, you're like, this guy is continuing to be sleazy. He's still, trying to pull a con on the police and everything. But then here's about Kim. Here's that Kim is gonna get in trouble because of you, pretty much. And that's the moment that he like stops, and he's like, nah, I can't do this. Kim and Shug have been the two people in his life that he actually cared about the daughter.
Yeah.
And obviously Shug is dead now. So then he goes to the court, and he has one of the best scenes in the whole show, one of the best scenes in the whole Breaking Bad universe. We finally see James, or they come to Jimmy, like admit everything that we have wanted him to admit the whole season.
It was dope. It was like amazing to see. Like it was like fire, to be honest. Like what I'm saying?
Yeah, especially the part that he even admits that like, I played a big part.
Yeah, because you didn't really even think about that. I feel like you didn't really even think about Saul playing such a big part until he said everything. But it's true. Like if you really think about it, like this dude was literally the reason why they were able to do everything. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah. We're talking about that. Like watching Breaking Bad again, bro. Man, Saul was like super duper important. Walter would have, like he said it. Walter could have done it without me. And so he gets a happy ending. He gets in jail, but
that's not a happy ending.
Okay, he gets a satisfying ending.
Yeah. No, it was definitely satisfying for the fans because it's not like one of those things like, he got away with it. Because although I would have loved to see that because he's a character that I love. Like, obviously it makes no sense. Like, this dude is literally like damn near a murderer. Like, he's like everything bad. Like,
well, he's not a murderer, but he's like
an accomplice to him. Yeah. And he's a thief. He's like everything bad. So it's like obviously he doesn't deserve that. But I mean, he looks happy with the decisions that he made. He looks complete. He's had so many chances in his life to do something good, and I think he said, finally, I did it. Like all the time that he's had, all the chances that he's had to do good things in life, I feel like he's always gone away from that. And until now, this is the first time I think he feels like, I finally did what I'm supposed to do.
Yeah, and then we see a final scene with Kim that she goes and talks to him, and that's all he wanted, but he wanted Kim to see him in a positive way again, and he achieved that. And now he's in jail, but like we saw, a lot of people in jail like him because obviously they know him.
Who doesn't love Saul?
Nah, wherever he goes, he's gonna have friends. He's gonna get along with people. That's just the way he is. And I guess something else we can talk about real quick is the cameos that we had in this episode. Great cameo by Walter.
Yeah,
sure. Especially the Mike at the beginning. The Mike one, was a cool way to start the episode. But I really like the Shug one. I think showing Shug at the end, it was needed. They said it like they felt like something was missing, because Shug. It's crazy how the final 3 seasons didn't show him, but what we got of him in the first 3, it was like enough. Like his presence was felt throughout the whole show, so it was cool seeing him one last time, because that's like the biggest tragedy of the show. What happened to Shug and the relationship between Jimmy and him.
Yeah, it sucks that the way that it ended. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah. So. I'm glad that we're able to see that Jimmy does feel bad. I mean, we already knew it, but it was just cool seeing it come out of his mouth. Overall, a great season. We had a few criticisms with the last few episodes, but it just kind of shows how much we like the show, how much we like the Breaking Bad universe in total, and that's been great watching the show in general. It's been great.
So thank you guys so much for watching. Hope you guys enjoyed.
Let us know your thoughts in the comments.
Yeah.